So Jameson Williams, eligible. The NFL had restructured its penalties on the gambling policy, which meant the current player suspensions, including Jameson Williams, was eligible to return this Sunday when the Lions host Carolina. The question, and what I want to do collectively here, is figure out what should we reasonably expect from him so that 1 week from today, we are not taking Jameson Williams is a bust phone calls. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
We've gone through Torque as a bust.
Yeah, I think 31 home runs and whatever it was, 95 RBI.
A year ago, we went
season.
through Hutch as a bust, and then we had Torque as a bust.
Uh-huh.
Now, a little bit of Brad Holmes is overrated. These rookies are a bust. A little bit of that after 2 weeks. And
I'm not going to lie. And I think collectively, Detroit Lions fans' confidence is a little shaken in Jameson Williams.
I don't know how to characterize it, but however we characterize it, I just don't want to. Can we come up with an agreement of what's a reasonable expectation? Like, are we even sure that he's going to play?
We're not, which kind of bothers me. Like, I want the assurance he's playing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he missed several weeks with a suspension, and we know he was rehabbing a hamstring injury, but is he all good from the hammy? Is he? Because he went through training camp.
Mm-hmm.
I assume he's been working out like he should be working out. So he'll be at practice today. He should be a FP at practice, right? Full participant?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But we don't know that, right?
No, we don't. But I mean, I'm hoping that's the case. If it's not, then I'm going to be, what happened here? Why are we, I don't want to be delayed anymore. I'm tired of the delayed gratification, and.
Uh-oh.
Why? I
mean, are you going to be leading me? He's a bust.
No, I won't be leading that brigade, but here's what's going to really knock things down for him, okay? First of all, I want to see him play. But second of all, when you play, catch the football. Because if he's dropping passes, I think fans are they're gonna lose their mind unless he makes up for it with a spectacular touchdown run, right?
Right.
He has to catch the football.
Everything
if he's dropping,
exactly.
Because if he's dropping the football, fans are going to lose it.
He talked a little bit about what he learned in trying to run with it before he caught it, and going too fast, I think is the way he put it when he dropped the football in the preseason, that he was going too fast, catch, put it away, and run with it. So everybody has to learn. I think when you're in a new situation, you speed up. Like, you speed up because you think you have to speed up. And it's something
you don't have to tell me that, Doug.
Yes, I know. Yeah, because you've been outmatched many times in your athletic career.
Right.
And when you are outmatched, you speed up.
That's right.
You try and do things too fast. And I think that I don't know that he's outmatched. He's obviously not outmatched physically. He's getting used to the game at this level.
Well, what I liked,
but that has to end at some point.
The last time we saw him in that preseason game, all right, he had that awful drop, and everybody's bummed about it. But then he finished up by making a spectacular catch on a 2-point conversion in the end zone.
Yep.
So it's that type of love-hate relationship I think that we're going to have. Hopefully, it's a lot more love than hate. Catch the football, and if you don't catch the football, make up for it quickly, because otherwise you'll probably lose some of the fans. But what I'm excited to see is, first of all, I'm excited to see him make plays, but also, how much is he going to open things up for other players on this roster to make plays? How much is he going to help Amon-Ra St. Brown with his underneath routes, where instead of getting an extra 5 yards after he catches the ball, that maybe now Amon-Ra is getting an extra 20 to 30 yards because the safety is occupied with number 9 running down the field? How is it going to help Jahmyr Gibbs running routes out of the backfield when, again, the safety's paying attention to Jameson Williams and not as much number 26, and 2-6 is getting big plays?
But let's be clear. You just described what it's supposed to be like. I don't know that Jameson Williams gets that respect from defenses starting Sunday, right? Doesn't he have to do something first? Maybe he does. But I suspect that, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm taking a little bit of he's got to prove it to me before I start adjusting my defenses to account for Jameson Williams. Would you agree with that?
Not necessarily, because I think everybody's aware of his speed, and his speed is the number one weapon for Jameson Williams. And if it depends on the routes he's running, right? I mean, if he's getting to that second level, then the safety's going to have to say, okay, I got to watch, number 9 over here. But if he's just running sideline routes, then safeties aren't necessarily involved. It depends on the routes, but I do think that defensive coordinators are going to have to account for him because it's an element that the Lions haven't had yet on their roster this year, is the wide receiver that can burn you.
But don't forget, guys, he's essentially, he's basically a rookie.
Yeah.
He barely played last year. His preseason got cut short, and he had to be away from the team. I remember the expectations going to week 1 against Kansas City for Jahmyr Gibbs, and kind of maybe some disappointment in what he was going to bring, maybe as far as end total numbers, right? How many plays is Jameson Williams going to be in upcoming Sunday if he's even active? Is he up to the playbook? Is he in game shape? I know he was rehabbing on hamstring, so I don't know if we see a bunch of Jameson Williams. Maybe there's certain packages Ben Johnson will have for him, but we're 4 weeks into the year now. They've moved on. They've added things, and Jameson Williams hasn't been there. He hasn't been allowed to be there until recently. So, let's just not call him a bust after, whether he plays or, if he plays, only a few plays. You're right, though, Gator. If he drops a ball or two, people are going to get very, very nervous or upset. They're going to voice their opinions.
Yeah.
You know how many snaps he's played in the regular season in his career?
How many regular season snaps? It's not many. What did he end up playing last year? 6 games, 5 games? And it was, I would guess he's played 52 snaps.
Gang, more or less. Higher or lower?
Well, because the reason you brought it up, I'm going to say lower.
He's played in 78 career snaps.
Okay.
So that's just a little bit more than 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said he's basically a rookie, yep.
Yeah, he's basically a rookie in terms of game experience, but he's been on this team for a year and a half. And he wasn't able to practice a whole lot last year, but did in the second half of the season. He got to practice and then had the off-season workouts and then went through training camp and then the suspension. So I understand what you're saying, and yes, we should all kind of look at this as a little bit of it's a rookie, but at the same time, it's a little bit more than that because he has been around here.